The relationship between Russia and China is a complex tapestry woven over a century, filled with moments of both tension and cooperation. It is a story of ideological clashes, geopolitical rivalry, and shifting alliances, and moments of pragmatic cooperation that have shaped the course of history. In the aftermath of the Bolshevik Revolution, the Soviet Union provided ideological inspiration and support to the nascent Chinese Communist Party, fostering early ties. However, this initial camaraderie soon gave way to suspicion and rivalry, as both nations sought to assert their dominance. The two communist giants found themselves vying for leadership of the socialist world, each wanting to be the guiding light. Border disputes and ideological differences led to a period of estrangement during the Cold War, with both sides wary of each other's intentions. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked a significant turning point in their relationship. Both Russia and China, now freed from the constraints of the Cold War, began to re-evaluate their strategic interests and look for new opportunities. The shared goal of counterbalancing U.S. global dominance provided a common ground for rapprochement and collaboration. Economic ties flourished, with China becoming a crucial market for Russian energy resources, and Russia providing much-needed raw materials. This newfound pragmatism laid the foundation for a closer relationship in the 21st century, marked by increased trade and diplomatic engagements. Despite growing cooperation, historical baggage and differing worldviews continued to cast a shadow over their interactions. Russia, wary of China's growing economic might and assertive foreign policy, remained cautious and vigilant. China, for its part, saw Russia as a valuable partner in challenging the Western-led world order, but remained conscious of its own distinct interests and ambitions. This mix of cooperation and competition has defined the Russia-China relationship in recent decades, creating a dynamic and multifaceted partnership. The year 2001 marked a significant milestone in Russia-China relations with the signing of the Treaty of Good Neighborliness and Friendly Cooperation. This event was a pivotal moment in the history of both nations. This treaty, signed by Presidents Vladimir Putin and Jiang Zemin, laid out a comprehensive framework for cooperation between the two countries. It was a clear signal of their intent to forge a closer bond. It encompassed political, economic, and security dimensions, signaling a move towards a more strategic partnership. This partnership was designed to be multifaceted, covering various critical areas. The treaty formalized existing areas of cooperation, such as energy trade and military exercises. These were areas where both countries had already seen mutual benefits. It also established new mechanisms for dialogue and consultation on regional and global issues. This was crucial for addressing shared concerns and fostering mutual understanding. This included the creation of a joint commission to address border issues, a long-standing point of contention. Resolving these issues was essential for maintaining peace and stability. The 2001 treaty was more than just a symbolic gesture. It was a concrete step towards a more integrated and cooperative future. It reflected a growing convergence of interests between Russia and China. Both nations saw the benefits of aligning their strategies and working together. The treaty's significance lay in its timing. It was signed during a period of significant global change and uncertainty. It came at a time when both countries felt increasingly threatened by U.S. unilateralism. The global balance of power was shifting, and Russia and China sought to protect their interests. The U.S.-led war on terror, launched in the wake of the 9/11 attacks, further reinforced their shared perception of the U.S. as a potential adversary. This perception drove them closer together. The 2001 treaty, therefore, represented a strategic decision by both Russia and China to deepen their partnership in the face of perceived Western pressure. It was a calculated move to ensure their mutual security and prosperity. The 2014 Ukraine crisis and the subsequent deterioration in relations between Russia and the West pushed Moscow and Beijing even closer. Facing Western sanctions and international condemnation, Russia turned to China as a crucial economic and political partner. China, wary of Western interference in its own backyard, saw an opportunity to strengthen its ties with Russia and undermine U.S. influence. The Ukraine war, which began in February 2022, further solidified this alignment. China, while officially neutral on the conflict, refused to condemn Russia's actions. It abstained from UN resolutions condemning the invasion and provided tacit diplomatic support to Moscow. This stance was widely seen as implicit backing for Russia's challenge to the US-led world order. The war also led to a surge in economic cooperation between the two countries. With Western markets largely closed to Russia, China became a vital lifeline for Russian energy exports. Bilateral trade soared, and Russia increasingly turned to China for critical imports, including technology and machinery. The Ukraine war, in this sense, acted as a catalyst for deeper economic integration between the two Eurasian giants. Despite the appearance of unity, the Russia-China relationship is not without its challenges. Beneath the surface, there are significant issues that both nations must navigate carefully. The first signs of strain emerged in the realm of energy trade, a critical area for both countries' economies. While China has become a major buyer of Russian gas, particularly since the Ukraine war, it has been adamant about securing favorable pricing deals. This insistence on lower prices has put considerable pressure on the negotiations. This has led to tensions over the price of gas supplied through the Power of Siberia pipeline, Russia's flagship energy project aimed at supplying the Chinese market. The project, which symbolizes the deepening ties between the two nations, has become a focal point of their economic relationship. Russia, eager to secure a stable and lucrative market for its vast energy resources, has been under pressure to offer discounts to China. The Russian government views this pipeline as a strategic asset, crucial for its long-term economic stability. China, on the other hand, has leveraged its position as a major buyer to negotiate lower prices. Chinese negotiators have been particularly shrewd, understanding the leverage they hold in these discussions. This difference in expectations has led to difficult negotiations and occasional delays in finalizing pricing agreements. The protracted discussions have sometimes stalled progress on other collaborative projects. The gas pricing dispute highlights the limits of the Russia-China partnership, even in a sector where their interests appear closely aligned. It underscores the complexities inherent in international energy trade. Beyond the immediate economic implications, the gas pricing dispute reveals a deeper dynamic at play. It reflects the broader geopolitical strategies of both nations. China, while willing to support Russia in its confrontation with the West, is also keen to avoid becoming overly reliant on Moscow. This balancing act is crucial for China's long-term strategic interests. It is pursuing a strategy of diversification, securing energy supplies from a range of sources to avoid being held hostage to any single supplier. This approach ensures that China maintains its energy security and economic independence. This pragmatic approach suggests that while China sees value in its partnership with Russia, it is not willing to compromise its own economic interests for the sake of solidarity. The relationship, therefore, remains one of mutual benefit but also mutual caution.